Heyo, this is Strako, and today we are going to be playing the Raider with a pretty cool blood loss build that I've been running. So for those who don't know, when a colossal weapon has blood loss, it actually deals more of the status per hit than other weapon types. Normally, it's still not usually faster to proc blood loss because it hits slower, but with the Raider's custom moveset, you kind of offset that. So we've got starting armament inflicts blood loss because otherwise this whole thing doesn't work. And then we have damage taken while using character skill improves attack power and stamina, improved colossal weapon attack power, and another improved colossal weapon attack power with duration of ultimate art extended and endurance +3. Altogether, this is a build where we hit like a truck and we deal bleed. And right now, the Everdark Sentient Pest is available. I think this is the easiest one so far with a team, but I've not tried it solo, so let's give it a shot. Alright. Okay, so right away, we're flying in and we're going to land on a church. We have 4 churches on the map, so that's pretty insane. And that means that we should be having a really good run. I think I'm going to go here, cross the lake, take that tree, get that church too. I'll have 3 churches by night 1, and we are set. Definitely the worst spawns that you can get, in my opinion, are when you spawn not only in the middle of nowhere, but in a location where you can't easily gather all of the flasks. Like, everyone's had a run like that, I'm sure, and it is so hard to actually build something out of that, I feel. I think I need one more kill in order to get to level 2, and then we will be good. So yeah, we are the Raider, and I actually have a question, right? Do people just not like the Raider? Because, I've been using the same thumbnail for the most part. All of my videos, more or less, have similar titles. And the Raider video has, like my first Raider video, rather, is sitting at 5 views while the rest are like 20 to 60 on average. And it just seems like such a crazy outlier that it kind of makes me wonder, like, is he just not a popular character to play or watch? I don't know. Like, how do you guys feel about him? Because I personally think he's my second favorite character. He's the Unga Bunga strength man, like the token one. And the only thing negative I can really say about him is that his custom moveset is a little bit hit or miss. As in, some of the moves that he gets that are special just feel extremely slow and kind of hard to use. But, dude, there's something so satisfying about poise breaking every single thing that you come up against in like 1 or 2 hits. Also, full disclosure, this is my second attempt at recording this because I said at the end of my last live commentary that I wanted to talk a little bit about like negativity on the internet. And I tried to hold myself to it, and I kind of realized something like after 10 minutes of talking. I just don't like giving that type of thing energy because it doesn't bother me, right? That's the thing. No amount of negativity on the internet from strangers actually bothers me because I don't know them. Like, I don't put that much stock in somebody not giving criticism, but just blatant negativity on the internet, no matter what it is. It's just not worth it. So spending 10 minutes even addressing it beyond just, hey, look, if somebody is that you don't know is saying mean things, it's fine. It just like they're not real and it's not indicative of your value. I think that's just the best way to sum it all up. And then there's not really anything more I can say. At least not without getting repetitive or like, preachy, redundant. I'd rather just not talk about it. So I want to talk about the positive, which is I've been doing this for about 2-3 weeks now. Seriously, that is, if you look, improved attack power while two-handing, yes please. If you look back at my channel, I've uploaded before, but the quality was not nearly as good. It sucks I didn't get a stone sword key. I wasn't trying quite as hard with my delivery, I didn't have the mic set up, I didn't have the consistency. It was a thing I did for fun. If there's any video that you'd like to go back and watch that I made like a long time ago, The only one that I would recommend is called Can You Dark Souls 3? And it was a parody on all of the different Can You Beat Dark Souls 3 as X videos that were coming out at the time. And I'm still proud of it to this day. It probably doesn't have the best audio quality, but like I think it's very funny. It's a parody video in the style of like Video Game Donkey, I suppose, where the whole video is satire delivered seriously. And I'm proud of it. Like, it's the best video that I made back when my time was much more limited, and I was not confident enough to actually... Holy shit. And I was not confident enough to actually commit to YouTube. So, yeah. But about my community I've been growing, I know that I've been making videos on game design. And more than that, the videos are naturally... I don't want to say negative, but they have an air of like, this is flawed, this or that has a mistake in perception. Like, this thing here isn't good, or this thing here isn't good because X. And that type of video inherently invites people to get kind of emotionally reactive. Because when you really like a thing, you don't like hearing somebody talk poorly about it. So I've been very understanding of people that get, like, annoyed at what I'm making. But the amount of but that is a minority in a minority. The amount of people that I've had good discussions with, like, who have left thoughtful comments, who have been supportive, has been so much more impactful, and so much more than I expected. Like, I'm really glad that people seem to be listening to what I'm saying and understanding my point of view. I've had a few people that, you know, don't really get what I'm saying, but very few people have been arguing purely in bad faith. And look, someone thinking that I'm stupid and sharing because they disagree so strongly they want their friends to laugh at me, that's kind of cool too. Like, I'm not even kidding, because their friends might listen and be like, oh no dude, you missed the point. Or, you know, it's content that you want to share because it makes you feel something is just good content. Or it's rage baity, like, or it's rage baity, hyper troll stuff. But yeah, you know, I'll take either or. So yeah, I like thank you to everyone, and I might say this in a proper video at some point, but thank you to everyone who's been engaging and thoughtful and just fun to talk to. I don't usually talk on the internet. Funny as that might sound, I've always been, like, I've always liked what I like. I've got my few YouTubers that I listen to because I know that they're positive and I like their mindset. And otherwise, I just keep to myself. So this is the first real interaction, well, consistent interaction that I've had with the internet in, God, I don't even know when the last time I was active was. So it's been super cool. Like, both the support, the people stopping and engaging in my content and arguing with each other, and like the fact that it stayed mostly respectful even when people disagree. Like, that's, like, I'm so happy with that. Like, thank you. And I hope that we can keep it up. That I can't swing at this thing because I'm Raider. So yeah, I just didn't feel good talking about the negativity. I don't even want to really address it. It's the elephant in the room. Like, not even in the room. It's the elephant that exists. Magic Godskin switch to improve jump attacks would be good, but... Huh? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna... Like, I'm happy with it. At the time of recording this video, and probably when it releases, I will have just dropped my difficulty is the most misunderstood part of game design. And I'm excited to see how that one does. I am very proud of it, but it's also one of those topics where I felt like I could talk about it for hours. Like, when I was talking about the video with my friends, it was easily... Ooh, this is one of the best bosses to be able to fight. It was easily, like, multiple hours of talking about possible, like, every possible point to this conversation. So, I want to cover all of them, right? But I also can't actually do that. Well, I guess I could if I was really dedicated, but I feel like I have to kind of, in order to prevent myself from just rambling and not making a clear point, which has always been a pet peeve of mine when I listen to people talk, I feel like I have to make, with design talk videos specifically, some type of point that somebody could take away from what I've said. If I don't do that, I may as well make a ramble. Like, there's no reason for me to be putting as much effort as I am into what I'm doing. I could just talk at that point. So, the difficulty video, like, I'm kind of, by not covering every possible thing, sorry, a bug keeps landing on me. It's summer and we're getting really annoying gnats. But by not covering every possible angle of this, I feel like I kind of leave it open for people to agree, disagree, challenge me on stuff. And I'm excited to see how that one does. Now, will it actually do great? Maybe, maybe not. Ow, I almost died. But the content that I make, like, the point isn't just how many clicks can it get. I want to make stuff that I'm excited to make. And especially with game design, that means talking about whatever is on my mind for the most part. Ooh, I'm dying here. I have a constant attack boost because I keep taking hits. Okay, there we go. I've never had to lock in so hard to beat a perfumer. Eat a yellow chicken wing just to get a blue. Scavenger's curved sword. That actually seems pretty strong. That's a rough spawn. If ever you get a spawn like this where you have to double back, what I like to do is just start killing all of the small enemies along the way. That way I guarantee myself some extra runes and stuff that I'd otherwise not get. Yeah, I hope that video does pretty well, but if not, you know, one of those things where it's not a big deal. I made it. I'm happy with how it came out. The hardest part of that was that I had to get back to the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree, which was because all of my accounts had already beaten it. So I was playing, like, I checked my save files, which I beat the game quite a few times on PlayStation. I just bought it for PC, though. And all of them had already beaten it. And I just... So then I went, oh, well, could I steal some footage from a different player, like a streamer? And the amount of footage that I wanted just was too much for me to feel comfortable taking it from someone else. So I had to kind of just go, okay, well, I didn't know if this dropped something or not. I never usually kill them. I kind of had to buckle down and just go, well, let's see how fast I can get to the very end of Elden Ring. And it took about 10 hours, I think, which would put me nowhere near the world record speedrun. But it also kind of re-showed me why I don't love replaying Elden Ring quite as much as Dark Souls 3. And just because the amount of travel time in Elden Ring is so much higher. Look, if you play the game as like this RPG where you go from place to place and really explore every time, game is great. Incredible, even. If you instead are trying to speed run through it and just get on torrent, go from place to place, even if you take the teleporting traps that you can take, man, you are on that horse for like 5 minutes at a time, I swear. Now, there are some levels that are long to run through in Dark Souls 3 as well, don't get me wrong. But I feel like it's the difference between, you know, like 2 to 3 minutes of running to the boss and 5 to 6. It just gets a little bit tiring after some time. I just found the captain of having infinite poise. Oh, the other thing too, I just ordered a new USB-C because the one that I've been using for my controller has been randomly dropping inputs on me. Super frustrating. But yeah, I'm much more... Basically, I'm a very happy, insular person who doesn't really talk on the internet much because I prefer my friends. So I really appreciate my community that I seem to be building of people that enjoy having actual conversation, not just like wanting to say their opinion. It's a very nice place, and look, if someone is like really rude, I'll step in, but for the most part, I've not even had to. Like when people disagree, the people like when people have disagreed rudely, I've just seen the people who they're disagreeing with not reply. That block was really clutch, by the way. I did not have time for a roll. God, dude. Like I said about Raider, the amount of poise breaks that he gets feels just so satisfying. I don't understand um like how you could sleep on this dude. Yeah, he's not as strong as Iron Eye, but dude, he is just so fun. I was late. The one thing I will say about Raider, and I mentioned this, but it may have been in my second run, is I constantly see people misusing his ultimate. They will put it, if this hits me, I'm just gonna accept it. They'll put it directly on the boss and make it impossible for people to actually hit the boss anymore. Whoosh. His skill is so cool too. And that's the one thing I'll give as like a tip right now. You don't have to be directly next to the boss to hit them with your ult. You can be pretty far even. Ow. Boys. And if you... Because, dude, I've had Raiders on my team. Not many, because like I said, I feel like a lot of people don't seem to really like playing him. Like, I see mostly Iron Eyes, some Recluses, and a few Wilders. Very rarely do I see Revenant, Raider. I think I've seen a couple of Duchesses. Oh, and I see a lot of Executors, too. Can't forget him. Although not so much lately. I think people are trying to win, and his ultimate just isn't super good. It's fun, don't get me wrong. It's great in solos even, but compared to the other ones you could have in a team, I just don't see it much. See a good bit of Guardian as well, but when I play, I'm either solo or with my friends for the most part, so it's not the biggest sample size. What characters do you guys see and play the most, though? I'm curious. Yep. That one thing that was really cool about the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC was I actually used the deflecting tier. And man, that thing is so strong. The tiers in general, I got to play around with a little bit more. Well, not actually, I didn't get to play around with more, but I played around with them a little bit more because I just wanted to make a kind of different run. If I'm going to go through the whole game again, I don't want to do the runs I've done before. One thing I really like doing when I play through Elden Ring, especially, though, is making kind of like a little mini story about my character, and then throughout the run trying to match what he's doing to that lore. I also just was talking to my friends while I was doing it, so it was a really good time, honestly. But it was kind of stressful, because I needed to hit the Shadow of the Erdtree ending to make the video that I wanted to make. So that's why I'm trying to release videos every Sunday, not that you'd know it with my schedule. Here's what I mean by you could be pretty far from the boss. He's gonna go right in me. Oops. So much for that. But yeah, I'm trying to make videos every Sunday. And it's been hit or miss, but I've been pretty happy with my consistency. I'm always working on something, I'm always practicing something, and it's overall been pretty good. One thing about Sentient Pest is you really want some fire. Typically in multiplayer, the way that I like to handle this fight is one person distracts the big bug, because the big bug has a lot of AoE, so putting two people on it kind of just doesn't matter. Like, whether it's two people or one, he still can hit them both. But if you put one person on it, so say you have a Guardian or an Iron Eye, something that could safely kite it around, and then you put two people on Noster, that way, if Noster grabs somebody, they get a massive free damage phase, right? You could hit him the entire time he's grabbing someone. And then after the grab is over, you can break the parasite off of your friend, so you get a very good amount of damage. Boost attack power, reduce incoming damage launch. Sure. You get a really good amount of damage. You have two people ganging up on the bug, and you can de-leech your buddies if need be. So it's kind of the best of every possible. It's kind of the best of every world, you know? Would highly recommend. This is my second Red Main Night camp. That sucks. I can't believe I have two. I thought it was weird. Ow. But in single player, you do not get that benefit, which I'm really not looking forward to doing hard mode in single player, but we're going to give it our best shot. The one thing I really have going for me is this bleed, because big guy can bleed, and bleeds a lot, in fact. So we will see how that goes. The other thing about hard mode Sentient Pest is the third, like when the big bug gets possessed, it's so much scarier than when Noster gets possessed. Noster is like almost ignorable. It's kind of funny. It barely does anything unique. The big bug getting possessed, that is terrifying. I don't really need boiled crab. We'll drop that. Let's just run over here and go get them. I think I should do Fortress. I don't know what else to do. Get a good fire weapon, do Fortress. This has been a pretty slow run. Just got some rough spawn RNG with mini bosses and stuff, I suppose. Yeah. I want to try and get a video out every day, but live commentaries are honestly pretty hard, and I kind of find that I enjoy taking a break and getting more stuff to talk about, too. I'm not going to force out a bad commentary just for the sake of uploading. Like, I canned the one that I was doing because of that. Like, I felt that it wasn't good enough for my standards, which, you know, given... My standards really are just about improved attack power and 2 endings, so I guess we're going to swap this, because it just does more damage, and oh, it's so tiny, though. Like, my standards are pretty simple. As long as I've spoken well and didn't completely flub it and repeat myself, I feel like I can post the commentary. It's not the biggest deal if I stutter. It's not the biggest deal if I, like, mess up a little bit. I just need to make sure that it's not talking about anything in a way that I don't like. So, just, you know, the negativity that I was talking about, like with, I'm gonna cry. Like with making the long content session about negativity in comments and on the internet, I thought that was about to hit me and I was going to be so irritated so quickly. Of course, I don't have a ranged weapon. Okay, cool. I've also scrapped it though when I've just not spoken for like 2 minutes. I'm pretty good about it. I've gotten a lot better, but yeah, there's just some minimum level of quality that I want, even in a live commentary. Much lesser than my not scripted stuff anymore. I have no healing. Okay. This just got rough. Do I have any ranged weapon arts? Flame of the Redmanes. Hey, do you take fire damage? I see. I don't think I can win this. Do I have guarding ups negation? If he doesn't get staggered, I'm not going to be able to win. Okay, damage taken increased. Please, press the button! Okay. Roll. Just one more hit. Okay, one more hit. Please. You know, Augur has shown up in every single run of this I've done. I didn't realize I got healing back, by the way. I was so needlessly stressed because I'm used to this being a boss. Where the hell am I? Okay. Anyway. I don't know. I have completely lost my train of thought after all this. But yeah. I do have a minimum level of quality that I expect from myself, even in a live commentary. If I'm repeating myself a little bit, it's okay. If I reiterate at a point, maybe a little bit too much, that's fine too. Even if I'm just quiet for a second and letting the gameplay speak for itself, that's fine. But I don't want to absolutely, like, I don't want to say anything that I watch back and it's like, okay, I'm just whining, that was not good content. I want to try and talk about things that interest me and are fun. So right now, that's kind of YouTube. I've also been taking dance classes for a while, and, you know, we're doing cha-cha. That's been pretty fun. Game design. Ooh, here's one thing I'm on the fence about that maybe you guys will be interested in. There is a lot of drama with a... Please, can I move? Okay, cool. There's a lot of drama at this moment with a... I don't follow YouTubers, by the way, so if I'm stuttering here, it's because I'm trying to remember names of people I don't watch. There's a big bunch of drama with a YouTuber called Pirate Software. That's... okay, there we go. And I am not someone who really follows drama. I've watched one video on this just because it kept coming up, and hey, if I'm going to be making videos on design, apparently he is a content creator that talked design. Please die. Oh my god, any other character could have got that one swinging. Apparently, he's a content creator that talks game design, and, he shut down tried to shut down a movement called Stop Killing Games, where people are saying that if you're going to make a live service game that someone can purchase, you need to actually continue to support it. And he did so with misinformation and by overall just, like, being kind of a dick. There's not a better way to put it. He's refused to talk about his opinion with the person who initially made the movement. He doesn't want to. Anyone who's challenged him, he's been very rude towards. And I don't want to make a drama video, okay? Like, I am, no matter what, not the type of channel who would cover drama. I wouldn't cover... like, I'm just not interested in doing it. It's not what I want. I don't like... it comes back to negativity, right? Drama inherently attracts a lot of negativity. And I don't want that to be what I'm about. I want to be about game design and the love of games and making interesting points. If I'm controversial, I want it to be because I said something that resonated, but maybe a lot of people don't agree with. I don't want it to be because I'm giving my takes on drama situations. But this one in particular is interesting because the flip side of trying to be a content creator is that I was a developer for 10 years. App developer, basically everything but a game developer. I made some games in my free time, but never any big gaming projects. Instead, I did like corporate software, I did applications, I did, fixing people's websites on the side. That's how I got started making websites for people like who just needed a basic functional site. That's how I built up my portfolio at first. And because of that, I've done the whole song and dance of configuring servers that people can use in numerous different ways. And it kind of made me wonder, I'm not interested in making a drama video, but I could be convinced in making a video exploring the consequences of, hey, if this goes through, if this stop killing games movement goes through, what would developers have to do? How would they likely change how they're designing their games to still be able to comply with this and make games? What would a realistic sunsetting what would realistic sunsetting protocols look like? That I'd be pretty interested in making. And the nice thing is apparently in game development, or not, sorry, not game development, apparently in college comp sci, there's a lot of elitism in computer science, which I avoided because I was self-taught, and then I used my portfolio to get a job, and, it kind of snowballed from there. But, in my opinion, the beauty of comp sci is that nobody will ever know everything. It's impossible. No matter how good you are at computer science, you will not be an expert in everything. But what you do have happen is the longer that you do it, the better that you get at quickly learning things. Right? So I feel like if I did a little bit of research into game servers and how they run their architecture and other things that I know general bits and pieces about, but I'm also aware I'm not really educated enough on at the moment to make a full video, like peer-to-peer connections and what they entail and their weaknesses, I could make a pretty solid video on, hey, here's how game developers would have to change and adapt. If you want to develop a game, here's what maybe you should look into that would keep you from running into trouble with this situation if you're making a game that is purely online multiplayer. Right? Sorry, I've got to not lock in much, but lock in a little bit here. I think this might be a boss where the pillar is good. Don't pokeball your creatures, but no, he's not standing. He's shorter than I thought. Girls at the club when they're talking to a short guy who's sitting on a chair. But, yeah, I think I could make a pretty interesting video on that. And that I'd be kind of interested in doing. Holy shit, I'm dead. Bro breathed on me funny. Anyway. That I'd be kind of interested in doing because it's not negative, I wouldn't be, oh, this is... I wouldn't want to make just... My brother... What the fuck was that? I wouldn't want to make just another video, shitting on Thorfinn, or whatever, pirate software. Anyway, because I don't want to deny you guys a boss fight, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and I'm going to give this one more try. Not going to talk the whole way through, just to kind of make sure that I get it done. And I'll give the boss an attempt. And then, I'll talk through the boss like normal. If that is what you want me to do in the future, if I die on, night 2, especially if I feel like I had a pretty good commentary, let me know. If you'd rather just leave in the losses, that's good too. The only thing is, I feel like with an Everdark Sovereign video, I need to show the Everdark Sovereign, or I'm kind of just trolling. So, yeah. I won't do this all the time, unless it's, like, super popular. But, yeah, let me know.
Bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new one under you. Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game. This bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If I lose my wings, I don't need a new world under you. Can't feel a thing. We already know the smell of the game. Remember, you are blazing, still your heart is blazing. If the world made you, I don't need a new world under you. Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game.
Okay. We got here. We made it. My controller is being as finicky as ever with staying connected, so hopefully that's not what gets us killed. I'd be a little bit upset. We are level 15. We have a shit ton of runes to buy stuff with, including Wending Grace. This is a good looking run. Okay, is that everything I'd want? Yeah, seems pretty good. Alright, so I've got to remember to use Flame Grant Me Strength. Now, overall, I'd say that this boss is, in multiplayer, the easiest of the Everdark Sovereigns. I actually find this first part of the boss before Animus, the extra enemy spawns in, to be harder than when he's there. That said, when you are playing this solo, it's a much different story. So he's always going to rear up and roar right away. That's the first thing he does. We just ult. We're still going to take some chip damage, but like, whatever. Don't get orbital lasered to death, though. Okay. We're off to an amazing start here. Look, honestly, I'd rather lose a res here than my heals here. One of the ways that this fight can become really hard is using up a lot of healing in this first part. So if I can get through this without using a single heal by just damage rushing it, dude, we are in the money. Oh, yep, it's over. Is this just gonna hit both? It's over! Okay, hell yeah. So now, I actually want to find Noster's corpse. Yep. We're going all out. Whew. That's some damage. Oh yeah, look at that. Try to not get grabbed. If you get poisoned in this fight and you don't have a teammate that can help, it is a miserable experience. One dude. Try to stay running around Mr. Ortis here. Lest you end up in a very unfortunate circumstance. Ult, 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 ult! He's gonna kill me! Oh, that hits all of them. This is going very smooth. I think getting dual wields... Ah, no, I couldn't! That was completely unavoidable because of my goddamn... Like, just how long that lasts. Alright, it's fine. I have 7 heals. Just get up, heal. Don't worry about it. So, again, I always try and hit the butterfly down because the big guy is so much harder. I hear him burrowing behind me, so I'm going to use my passive. Yeah, screw off. Ah! Okay, we're good. So he should be about to activate hard mode. Well, not hard mode. His, like, little bullet hell thing. What I'm actually going to do... Drink my bubble tear. This heals me now. Anytime that magic hits me. Yeah. Pretty insane, right? So we're going to try to stay directly under him because he crashes down. And now he crashes down at the end. Free damage. Oh, what? Did I just have a parasite burst out of my head? News to me. Alright, again, where'd Noster go? You can get a bug sometimes where Noster teleports out of the arena. Every time he does it, it really sucks because he's not able to hit you anymore. Please come back, Noster. Well, he's stuck. This will be my second time in a row losing to that. If I lose. It's so annoying. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring Ortis all the way over here, and I'm just gonna try to DPS race Animus down. So he should be one hit away from dying with just how high my damage is. So we're gonna actually jump, hit, hey, jump, hit, hit. Cool. Now we're going to preemptively put this pillar up over here. Buff. And buff. He makes you jump twice. He's really not that bad otherwise. Activate my ability. Accidentally press L1 because I suck. If you get behind him there, it's a free hit. Jump, jump. The first wave you need to jump with pretty decent timing. The second wave, as long as you're in the air, it's never hit me. Activate my passive again. Boom. Damn. Bro got knocked out. Yeah, pretty easy. Honestly, easier if Noster was actually in the arena, as funny as that sounds, but if had Noster been in the arena, we would have won by killing him one more time. As you could see, he was really low. And then, killing Fortis, right? So we kill him, and then we just wail on Noster as he flies around uselessly. But overall, I'd say Raider is probably one of the harder characters to do this with, just because, with your slow weapons, if you don't have a really good run, you can just get chipped out very easily while you try to commit. But yeah, with 3 players, I might even edit it in. With 3 players, this Everdark Night Lord is not a problem. Oh, and I got a crazy roll here. Improved colossal weapon attack power, HP restoration upon colossal weapon attacks, and changes compatible ornaments to Sacred Blade. So, the Sacred Blade I could take or leave, but the other 2, that's crazy. Well, anyway, there we go. That is the first Everdark Sovereign solo that I'll be uploading. It took about 4, maybe 5 attempts, and a couple of them I probably should have won, but like Noster bugged out like you just saw him do there, or a few times my controller DC'd in the middle of the fight. So, I'll see how I edit this all together, but till next time, this has been, yeah. And I might get right to work. I might get to work. I know I talked about it earlier in this video, but I think I do want to talk about how you can design games so that, like, the struggles of designing games so that even if you want to close the servers, they still go, and also, like, some cool ways that developers could do it. And in order to do that, I need to do some research on what this law would actually require. So, yeah. Till next time. See ya.